Hi guys, I just want to do a little video on my RC cars. Just wanted to show you guys basically what I've purchased for both myself and my 4-year-old son. The two vehicles that I purchased first were the Traxxas Stampede 4x4. That's the standard brushed edition. The Axial SMT10, that's my son's vehicle. The Stampede's mine. They're both quite a good little vehicle. Stampede's good for about, I think about 30 kilometres an hour out of the box. It's been quite a good vehicle. The only thing that I've had go wrong with it is one of the actual shocks have popped apart on it, but besides that, it's been a really good vehicle. It gets bashed quite a lot. It's been over some large jumps, and also my son also enjoys driving over that vehicle in his SMT10. SMT10's been a really good vehicle. The only problem I've had with that is a stripped gearbox in it. The actual gearbox that or transmission that drops down from the motor to the drive shafts, the actual gears in that strip, there are plastic gears set in them. You can upgrade them to a metal gear set. I have purchased a entirely aluminium gear set for it, but at this time I've just replaced it with a standard transmission or gearbox in it. That vehicle's 100% standard as well. I don't really upgrade my vehicles that much, so I just use them as is. The SMT10 comes with an awesome remote. The Tactic TTX 300. It's been really good remote control. I love it. Also, the vehicle's got no aerial whatsoever on it, and even with no aerial on it, it's still got a fantastic range. Really good vehicle. Yeah, so that's what we started off with. We had them for about 2 months, and my 4-year-old son, he's become really good at driving remote control cars, so I thought we would upgrade. And in doing so, we upgraded to a Losi DBXL and also the Traxxas Xmaxx. The Xmaxx is my 4-year-old son, so he drives that quite a lot. We've only had it for about a month, but he's bashed it quite a bit, and yeah, had quite a lot of fun with it. I've run the DBXL as about as many times as what he's run the Xmaxx. We got them both at pretty much the same time. The DBXL come in first, and then the Xmaxx come in about 3 weeks later. Unfortunately, I had to get the Xmaxx from America because they weren't stocked in Australia here at all. So that was the big wait on that. The vehicles here in Australia, the Losi DBXL cost me $1,430 from a local hobby shop, and the Xmaxx cost me $1,300. That's without batteries. I think both of them are fantastic vehicles. They're really good. The Losi obviously can't take on a lot of the terrain that the Xmaxx can. The Xmaxx, I believe, is pretty much unstoppable, you know. Like, I've never driven it, my son or I have never driven it anywhere that sort of really can't go. They're really fantastic, you know, big rocks, rough terrain, long grass, you name it, it sort of has no trouble getting through it at all. I've heard people saying that they're really powerful, the Xmaxxes. I don't believe that's 100% correct, but they're definitely not underpowered by any means at all. I run both of the Losi DBXL and the Xmaxx on the exact same batteries. They're 4S 6,500 milliamp hour batteries. They're made by Tornado RC. They're quite a good battery, and yeah, they last. Both the vehicles will run for about half an hour, no dramas at all, just mucking around. Most of the time we do run the vehicles on large grassed areas such as ovals or cricket ovals or things like that. We've got a lot of local parks and things like that where I live. I live in the country, so there's always plenty of places to go and run these things. The only thing I've broken in the DBXL was the bell crank or the steering linkage. I snapped that off while doing a cartwheel after running it on a bit too tight a turn on some grass, and flipped it over. The only thing I've done to that is just I put a fan on there on the motor, Castle 2028 fan set on it, just to help cool that motor, because I live in Australia here and it gets pretty damn hot here, so that's the reason for that. In summer we reach 42, 43 degrees Celsius, so it's yeah, it's not exactly cold. And the Xmaxx, it's 100% stock. One thing I will say about the Losi DBXL is this controller is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe that Losi's put these out. You know, they work alright for the car, but have a look at it. It's an absolute joke. It looks like something like you'd get out of a $50 toy. It's absolutely shocking. It's an absolute disgrace, I believe, when you pay $1,430 for a remote control car and you get something like this. The Traxxas remotes have been really good. I've never had a problem with them. They're just a stock remote control, and they seem to do a really good job, and they're really comfortable in hand too. You've got awesome ergonomic grips on them. Even my 4-year-old son has no problem whatsoever running his Xmaxx with that standard controller. He loves it. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to show you guys. All the best.